Yes, we're back. So it's Friday. We can't but have our celebrity in the house. So today, staying with us is Nikki Laoye. She's a multi-award winning soul singer, radio host, humanitarian, and entrepreneur. She's a social entrepreneur. She's fondly called the small one with the big voice. The urban contemporary inspirational artist, renowned for her eclectic music expressions with the fusion of R&B, rock, soul, gospel, pop, hip-hop, the impact of gospel music in the industry and society at large. She is Nikki Laoye in the building. Good to have you,
Nikki.
So before we go into your work in the gospel industry, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this hot topic we had earlier about the fact that young ladies are now thinking they should have a good job before they make that decision into marriage because they don't want to become a liability. Now, do you think this is the right thing for young people to do, or should they still go into it without anything because, hey, they're in love? What do you think?
Yeah, man. The way the world is right now, I definitely believe everyone should have their own money, their own business, whatever it is that you're doing at this time for yourself, because everyone is actually putting all hands on deck when it comes to families right now. The truth is, at this point in time, you really can't leave everything to your husband, especially because with the way school fees, everything is going on the rise, rent and all of that. I think it's good for women to have something so you can also help to chip in at home. And at the same time, it just gives you this sense of joy, you know, and independence when you can take care of yourself or take care of some things or help your husband to take care of some things at home. So I do believe it's very important at this time. Everyone should have something that they're doing.
Okay, Nikki, let me ask you. So if you have a brother who wants to marry a young girl, and that young girl does not have a job, maybe she's just out of school, but she has some good business ideas, she's pitching, she has some jobs that are coming her way, but she's still interviewing for a good one. Would you advise your brother not to marry because she doesn't have it tangible yet?
Oh, not at all. Like you said, it depends on what she's doing. If she, at that point in time, has her own business idea, something that she's doing, but it must be obvious that she's doing something.
No, she doesn't have
it's very important at
yet.
this time that you don't just have a liability at this time. Yeah.
She doesn't have. Yeah.
You said?
Nikki, she doesn't have the business yet, but she has the business plan. She's not a lazy person, but it just hasn't worked out. That's where she is.
I start the business plan and my brother can help her to start the business. Why not now? That's another thing too. Okay. If she has something that she can start off with, and if my brother is willing to help her to start, why not? The most important thing is that she must be willing to do something or to have something she's trying to achieve in her life.
What of this angle? So a young lady wants to actually have something. She gets to start a career and she's building. And she feels that right now she cannot get into marriage because she hasn't saved enough for this new this new phase of her life. So she's building a career steadily. But as she's building, she's refusing to get married because the people that are coming around, she just feel that, listen, this one, they don't have enough, they don't have that kind of, the kind of revenue to match up what she is. So she's still building and building. Would you advise a young lady, as you are building, still look? Because what is it is saying that the man must have something. If not, I cannot because I need to work. So do you think a woman might continue working and forget that there's a part of her that might want to get married at some point? What do you think? How would you advise a woman at that point?
Well, what I would say is definitely everyone knows what they want to achieve in life. For a lady to have made up her mind and say, oh, I actually want this type of guy, she definitely knows that this is the kind of man she wants. She doesn't want a man that at the end of the day she'll start disrespecting because he does not have money, does not have this and that. She's like, let me cuckoo wait small till I find the kind of person that I want. Because the truth, at the end of the day, there's no point in rushing anything when it comes to marriage or relationships. Take your time to find that kind of person you want. The truth is that they are out there. The kind of person that everybody wants is out there. So for a lady to want that kind of guy, she knows the reason why. She understands herself and she just wants to make sure that he's the right kind of person. She just wants a working man. So people just want that. You know, everybody just wants different things.
Yeah, you're a bad girl like me. What are your thoughts on this? Because this my sisters from the southeast here, they are just acting as if
Nikki knows me.
That Choma was wrong or something. But as me, I told them, Nikki, that the fact that we've been introduced, Choma, they've met her family. concerning Davido's matter, that even though she's not yet wife, family have met now. There should be some kind of a commitment on the part of Davido, and we should also hold him to that commitment and put a family meeting to set him straight. Are you okay? I left my house to come and introduce myself to this family, and you're telling me rubbish. So don't you think that should be done?
Well, the truth about this Davido and Chioma situation, the truth is that it's only those two people that can answer the question.
Right.
It's only those two people that can tell you right now what exactly is going on. Are they still together or not? But the truth is, right now on this matter, we've not even heard from the two of them. None of them is actually saying anything. So we really don't know if they're still together or not. Is this a publicity stunt? Nobody really knows. And the truth is that it's only these two people that can answer. And that's why I'm a little bit like, when I saw everybody going crazy all over social media about this, I'm like, you guys, it is not our business, in quote, let me put it that way. I understand that, because Davido had put this relationship out there in front of all of us. Everybody feels like they have a stake in this. But the truth is, I think everybody should just be patient and wait for the two people to say something about this.
But if it is true, can Davido be held responsible for perhaps something?
You don't know the thing.
Yes, something, because he introduced
That's the thing, we don't even know if it's true. Because who knows, are they still together? Are they not? Because if they're not together and he has started off another real relationship, he has every right to do that. So that's why I'm saying that we really don't know, so we can't even say because we don't really know. It's the two of them that really know.
We know we really don't know, but we are going by the information we have. Anyway, Shami, if I was Davido's sister, I'm at a family meeting. Yes, now
is it that serious?
Yes.
Who will listen to you?
You know how serious this is. This is choking me because I took that girl as my
You're not buying market.
I'm not particularly disturbed because I'm not particularly disturbed because I'm like, until the two of them speak, I really can't say, it's bad.
We understand you,
I really
Nikki.
don't know. So that's not.
We know you're a celebrity. You want to play safe. We understand you're a celebrity. You're in the industry. We understand.
That I actually do love. So I'm just like, okay, well, at the end of the day, they'll let us know what's happening when they're ready to. Because it's their private life. So maybe that's why they feel like they don't owe anybody any explanation. I don't know. But the truth is, I'm sure very soon we'll know what the real thing is.
All right. So let's come to your career. How is the industry, the gospel music industry right now? There's a lot of online activity. There aren't lots of concerts like before. How has it been for you since COVID, and what things have you been doing to remain relevant within this industry?
Well, I won't lie, this COVID really, really hit us bad, especially we artists that a lot of us depend on live performances and all of that. So we don't really get as much bookings as before. But basically, I love what all gospel artists are trying to do now. A lot of people now have been pushed to do a lot more stuff online. So more virtual concerts. Like I just got back from the UK, and I know right out there, I got to do some live concerts, virtual concerts. So everybody's just ensuring that they're keeping the content running, despite the fact that there are no events or no bookings like that. You can see this whole Easter period, unlike before, all of us will be somewhere, but right now everything is a little bit cool and calm. If anything is happening at all, people are performing from home or it's pre-recorded. So the truth is that everyone is just at this time just creating content. I think that's what a lot of artists are just doing at this point in time, to create more content while we wait for things to get a lot better and for more events and more opportunities to perform live. Although there's some live concerts going on in some places, as in physical concerts out of Lagos. I know a lot of things like that have been happening. So, but the truth is, like someone like me, I've been recording, shooting videos and doing a lot, keeping myself busy, at the same time running my own business, because now you can't be depending on music alone in Nigeria. We know that one by now.
You understand.
So how has it been? How has it been? Nikki, if you can hear me, how has it been adjusting to the new normal, as we often say?
It's actually been a lot, especially for almost the whole of last year. I was stuck in the UK on lockdown for 7 months. I couldn't come home. So being there for that long, I saw how crazy it was for this new normal. That is, you cannot walk anywhere without a mask on. As you can't enter a store, you can't go anywhere without your mask. Even to enter the train, you can't just go anywhere else you'll be fined. If they find you just entering the train anyhow, police would actually stop you and say, where are you going to? So everything just kind of changed on all, even though right now things are getting better, especially in the UK. In Nigeria, and then in the UK, it's like, you people are enjoying Nigeria. It's as if nothing is happening back home. At least I give God thanks for the fact that I know there's COVID around, but God just loves us so much in Nigeria that, it's actually very minimal in Nigeria. At least God has been protecting us that much. But out there, it's just not that easy anymore. Especially having to wear a mask. You can't just go into anybody's house. You can't just go visiting. You know, it's a lot. But at the same time, we all just need to keep on being safe, because whether we like it or not, I know few people, friends and people that I love dearly, that have actually passed away from this virus right here in Nigeria as well. So everyone just needs to be very, very careful and stay safe.
All right, let's go on a quick break, Nikki. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we still have our guest, Nikki Laoye, in the building. Nikki, are you still there?
Of course I'm here. Where am I going?
All right, this had a question.
Hi, Nikki. So,
Hi.
I know you're a veteran now. You're like our mama when we joined the industry, so we know you very well. But I've noticed that there's this sort of stereotype when it comes to singing gospel music, where people expect gospel to sound a certain way. And I'm happy that you're doing something alternative, but it's not just you are very few, I can count, handpick people who adopt your style of gospel. How best do you think you can reach out to young people who feel they can sing gospel the way you do and the way a few other people do, but they are not encouraged by the local churches? They just want you to come down and, you know, bring down the Spirit immediately and speak in tongues inside your music and call Jesus like 15 times. How do you encourage those people not to leave gospel? Because the only thing that now happens is they go alternative, they go to secular, they feel more appreciated. Meanwhile, they can use the gifts in church.
Well, the truth is, at the end of the day, I always tell people that the reason why you do what you do will keep you there, no matter what. I understand that definitely not everyone accepts or is okay. Like all that, there's usually like when it comes to maybe church events, maybe most times they just want typically worship or praise or typically church music, as we call it, because the truth is that we have church music and we also have, of course, other kinds of sounds that might not necessarily work in some churches, but there's some churches that are also open, they're liberal. So the truth is, I tell people that do what you want to do. Don't force yourself to do a type of sound that is not yours. I'm someone that is eclectic. I can do church music today, I can do rap tomorrow, I can do soul, I can do R&B, I can do reggae, because I'm versatile. I grew up that way with all kinds of music, and I've always wanted to be that versatile artist that you cannot put in a box. That is me. You know, but the thing is, I tell people out there, don't try to copy anybody else. If it is rap, you can rap. Don't worry. God has created your own group of people that, you know, will be blessed or touched by your music. And you need to keep that in mind for every time you're creating your sound. Whenever I'm creating my sound, I'm thinking about all the people that God has sent me to, the young, the old. So I want to create music that, okay, young people can listen to it and, you know, understand, or old people can also listen to it and also love it. So anybody out there that wants to do gospel music, don't be moved or swayed by what you think. Oh, the church is doing worship. Oh yeah, let's run and go and do worship. Oh, it's praise. Now let's run and go and do praise. You will just confuse yourself. Do what you know is your major gift and stick to it. Your people will find you. Your fan base will find you, and everyone will love you. That's just it at the end of the day. Like, but should I say, not everyone will love you. I should say it that way. Not everyone will love your sound, but you have your own people, your own fan base who would love your sound.
All right, Nikki, BC mentioned something about appreciation, and it's also a major concern within the gospel industry that a lot of gospel artists are not getting that support from churches. Perhaps that when they go to some churches to minister, it is, okay, God bless you, and that's it, walk away, and all of that. So, books. Basket of fruits and books and all. I wonder what you make of that, except a few churches that you see perhaps run some awards and give monies, but we don't see that. So a lot of persons are concerned that that perhaps is affecting the gospel industry.
Well, the truth is, I know that there was a time when that was actually a major problem. That would be like some years ago. But right now, a lot of changes have actually happened. A lot of churches right now, before they call you, usually have something they want to give you, and they will let you know up front. Or if they don't say it most times, we artists actually do that. We'll just ask, okay, I would love to come and support your ministry, but I'm coming with my band, I'm coming with my team. And what do you have for us as honorarium to actually support, so that I can actually take care of my band? I'm not going to come with a full band and at the end of the day the God bless you won't help me pay them. This is what they do for a living. Some of them are actually background vocalists for a living, musicians for a living. And I can't just tell them, hey, thank you for performing with me today. God will bless you. God will help your business and your home. No, I cannot do that. So the truth is that a lot of churches are actually understanding right now. So upfront, they let you know, oh, please, Nikki, we want you to come and minister, but this is what we have. We don't have enough, but please, can you help us out? Some do that, and some churches really go all out and do very well to support us and actually take care of us when they invite us to minister. So I think it's a case of artists also ensuring that before you go anywhere, verify. If that church can support you, fine. I've actually gone to minister at a church before. I can never forget. This was some years ago. The church is somewhere beside Unilag. And they reached out to me and they said, Nikki, Laoye, we know you're so big and all of that, but all we have is 50,000 naira. That we're just a small church. I remember that day. That was when I was shooting 1, 2, 3 video. That was in 2014. So as I finished shooting, I went straight to that event. You know, and I told them, I said, oh, you have a 50,000, don't worry, I'll come and support you. And they wanted me to come and train their choir. They were like, me, please, ma, if you can. I said, no problem. They couldn't believe it. The pastor did not believe I was coming. Because if this was the choir that actually planned this, the pastor said, it's a lie, you got Nikki to come. You know, we don't have money. You know, when I got there that day, the pastor came out himself to come and walk me from my car just to see for himself that she really came. And he was like, oh my goodness, you know, there's some places like that you know they don't have much, but they are really, really appreciative. They really want you to come and be a blessing to them. And we go all out, even when they don't have anything, we'll just go and support. But there's some, if I'm going, but I could do that because I wasn't going with my band. I wasn't going with my team. But you know, there's some other events, I'll be like, I'm so sorry, I do have a team. I don't want to come and play soundtrack. Right. I want to come and play with my full band. Right. But there's sometimes now, especially what is going on in the world now, we are now creating our live performance soundtrack. That is, would have had our musicians play everything live. So we'll just play the soundtrack. Okay, only I will show up and we'll play it and sound as if I have a band behind me. So we've actually started coming up with different ways like that to ensure that we can support as many churches as possible and still get our music going.
So Nikki, you're a social entrepreneur. How is that going? Because I know you're quite active during the COVID period. But now after COVID, what exactly are you doing to sustain this, your work for society at this time?
Oh, wow. It's actually been a lot because I run a foundation called Angel for Life Foundation, of course, for the past 10 years, which works majorly with people with disabilities. And we also provide support for refugees, migrants, and internally displaced persons over the years. And the truth is that during this COVID period, especially people with disabilities, a lot of young people that we take care of actually fell into depression because they couldn't go out, they couldn't do a lot of things. And you know, they need that physical contact or human touch and human, especially for the fact that I was even stuck away for months. I know I had to counsel a lot of them over the phone who were actually very depressed. But God has been so good that over time now things have actually relaxed a lot in Nigeria right now, and we're actually doing so much as always. Of course, a big thank you to people like DJ Copy who has been supporting us over the years, and right now I'm also going into some partnerships with people like Toke Makinwa, Yemi Alade. We're all doing a lot of things together behind the scenes to actually provide a lot of support for people with disabilities. And of course, I'm just grateful to everybody coming on board. We're constantly buying canes for the blind. We're buying braille kits for, you know, blind students in school, buying wheelchairs. We've been working with some agencies like ACE from the UK. We've just been working with different people who are just like, Nikki, what can we do? What can we do? And I'm so grateful that we're able to find that support for them, to send them back to school and ensure that, you know, they can build a life for themselves and have, you know, more source of income. And at the same time, we're looking forward to building a hub, a place where people can just come, especially people who are disabled can come and just have their own space. You know, there are things like that that we're working on, and we're just looking for more support, people to come on board and help us out to make this happen, because there's just so much to be done, especially with people with disabilities. Yeah.
Well done, Nikki. So let me ask you this question. How best do you think we can support the gospel industry, to promote it, to grow? Because, you know, a lot of young people are into singing. So they have a talent, first of all, and they want to sing. They want to sing and they want to make money out of singing. But then they come into the industry and it's not like they have planned. And so because they can't survive, they just find their way out. What are some of the things you think we can be doing as a body? Do we have a body, gospel industry, musicians? Do we have a body that would protect everyone who comes under that umbrella? And what else can we do to promote gospel in Nigeria?
Well, when it comes to this body thing, even secular artists too, nobody really has anybody right now that is working across board. Everybody's just on their own, doing their own thing. But I know the major thing that gospel music industry really needs that I've actually dropped, and it's actually worrisome to us, is why gospel music is not being played like it used to be. When I started my career 14 years ago, they would play my music alongside MI. They would play Rooftop MCs alongside Lara George, alongside Tiwa Savage, alongside YJ. There was no segregation as at that time. But of late, we see that it's so rare to find a lot of gospel music playing on TV. Of course, I give kudos to TVC. You guys do a lot. You support gospel music a lot. You actually want channel that I know that I see gospel music on the most. I have to give it to you on that. Thank you so much for that support. But the truth is that we just need more support across board. Yeah, radio stations and all of that. Even the Sunday they used to give us before, they started reducing the Sunday.
Wow.
You will listen to radio on Sunday, you will just hear gospel music for just maybe early morning, and after that you just don't hear it again. We don't know why this is happening, but we just need more, especially more media support for gospel. Yes.
Thank you so much, Nikki. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. We'd love to have you. And please let us know in whatever else way we can actually support you. We'll be very happy to.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to go on a quick break now. I'm told that Nima is in the building. We'd like to get the last few minutes just to hear our experience, what happened, how she shipped her way here. We'll be right back.